What you're about to see on this program is real. Hunger in Haiti is very real. The Bible says, whosoever shutteth his ears at the cry of the poor, he himself shall cry and not be heard.
You know, Bobby, when I saw the video of this and heard the stories of what's going on in this village, how they make these mud cookies and they send them, millions of them, all over Haiti, because there's that many children that are hungry. And you will be shocked. You will be glued to your television set. You will not be able to turn that channel. When you watch what you see with your own eyes, you're not going to believe it. It is going to impact you. It impacted me and Bobby. I've been living here for 23 years. It has impacted me and shocked me so much. And I have vowed to do more than ever before. But children all over Haiti, little girls, little boys, stories of children, you're going to see them. And I pray today that your heart would be broken with the things that break the heart of God.
You know what the Haitians call tay, us Americans call, especially Sherry calls mud cookies, but this tay is made out of mud, and they actually put a little salt in it and a little bit of just a tab of butter and bake it in the sun. They go down deep into the earth to get this special rock. For several years, this has really been on Sherry's heart, to find this area, and it's been very secretive. We've been trying to find out, and we could never get to the area where it was. Everybody was hesitant. But then the Lord opened some doors from two people who lives up in that area, who we have been good to and have blessed the poor, and people knew us. And so we sent them up there. Then we sent two of the camera crew, Love a Child, who's really got a passion for the poor. Went in there to tape what's really going on that's never been seen on television that I know of anywhere. Try to have people so we can feed the hungry, so children won't have to eat the earth, eat the tay. We just want you to see this today, because no one should have to eat tay or the mud cookie to stay alive.
Betchina Joseph, mwete nan campette. Les maman m'a tante m'aider tante. Les maman besoin batte ay pa ka bat li, m'aider bat li. Yo manje terre, yo fasse femme sa terre, yo fais ciment terre, yo fais savon terre.
There's a Creole proverb, and it says, the child who cries outside the door and the child who cries inside are the same. Children are children, whether they're children in Haiti, children in other parts of the world, children in the United States. No child should have to go to bed hungry, and no child should have to go to bed thinking that eating dirt will kill the pains of hunger.
Bobby and Sherry Burnette need your help immediately to continue feeding starving babies and children in Haiti. $24 will provide 648 meals for children who have nothing to eat. $120 provides 3,240 meals. $1,000 provides 27,000 meals. And if the Lord has blessed you or your business, you can sponsor an entire 40-foot container of 270,000 meals for a gift of $10,000. Your monthly gift can be deducted automatically from your credit card, and your gift is urgently needed now. These precious children are impoverished. Most have malnutrition, many are abandoned, and all of them go to sleep hungry each night. They are waiting to receive this food, but your gift is desperately needed now. Remember, $24 provides 648 meals, $120 provides 3,240 meals, $1,000 provides 27,000 meals, and your gift of $10,000 provides 270,000 meals for these hungry children. Please go to loveachild.com, call the toll-free number, or write to the address on your screen and say, "I want to help." The Lord will bless you according to His word in Proverbs 28:27, which says, "He that giveth to the poor shall not lack." In other words, God takes care of those who take care of the poor. On behalf of the starving children in Haiti, thank you, and may God richly bless you.
Yes. I tell you, we're almost about to have a riot. Because I tell you, people in Haiti, children are hungry. And they love this food. And there's not no reason they should be eating mud cookies out of mud. Eating out of that stuff right here. And every one of these children, every child in this village had been eating this in the past. They eat it all over Haiti. Ask any Haitian that's poor. Everybody will tell you. Our whole purpose was we're trying to have you help so we can reach more children, more villages, so the children won't have to eat this mud cookie made out of earth, made out of mud. There's no reason. But the more we can reach together to get the food to, not on a hit and miss, but on a consistent basis. This village right here, like other villages, every month, we're consistent, we don't miss. We just don't come in, take the television, don't come back. No, we're here every month. We do not miss, among other villages. And we just by faith have signed a contract for 8 containers a month. 8 containers a month. We only have the money for 2 containers a month. Each container is $10,000. That's $80,000 a month. We have money from 2 people, Joyce Meyer for $10,000, Pastor Jensen Franklin for $10,000. God bless him. But we have 6 more containers. Oh, that's hot. We just need your help for $10,000 a container. And what God lays upon your heart. They're trying to come all sides. Oh, madam, they're desperate. It tears my heart out. Okay. Madam.
Moi, Dodo. Affaire par un babon. M'oblige à payer de l'éviter pour nous laisser manger. La situation par un babon. M'oblige à payer de l'éviter pour moi si vous dites là un bagage pour moi. Et de m'avoir des papas m'boter tite pour manger. Parfois me fait journée sans manger, me saute dans terre, c'est comme ça me va dormir.
Nous-mêmes ici, nous faisons terre. C'est la situation qui permet de nous faire terre. Parce que côté Bouik Marie, c'est là où manger, tant pour nous arriver à faire moun, nous obligés de rentrer dans la terre pour nous essayer de faire manger les moun. Parce que les moun comme ça, pas capable pour nous lever terre. C'est la situation qui permet ça. Alors ça permet que nous obligés d'initier nous dans la terre. Parce que son travail dit combien nous avons fait notre beauté en bête là, $1. Oui, c'est nous avons une aide pour Timounio parce que des misères Timounio a passé là dans la zone Sappaterre, arrivé, l'Aspati, Campèche, bah, ça a misère Timounio a passé parce que gagner un Timoun comme ça. Telle la beauté. Parfois la beauté, l'arrivée, la caille encore. Même manger, il n'y a pas qu'à manger. Alors, présence nous là, sans ce qu'ils ont sauvé pour nous.
No, yeah, no manger. No manger? No manger? Okay. He's saying he had, okay. Huh? No manger? He's saying no manger. He had no manger. No manger? You know, I was just over with all the children getting their food, and I had to get away and have some peace and quiet over here. I was over there, it was touching my heart. I had asked some of the children, did you receive your manger? It means food. Your manger today. Did you receive your food today? And they said, no, they was left out. And so, Sherry, we're trying to find some food to give them now. But we fed a lot of children today, but there's a few left out. And but you know, about probably 4 months ago on television, I told you the story, but I just want to tell you again. I was under a tree and I was thinking about all the countries of the world where hungry children are and adults. And I was thinking about Haiti and where Sherry and I now live for 23 years and how we face the pains of hunger. We see people hungry every day. Every day comes us. And all over these villages, children and adults eating eating cookies made out of pure mud. Unbelievable. But I thought, I almost got frustrated. If I was God and had all power, I would make sure all the children and the people of the world would have a full stomach. They would never know the pain of hunger if I was God. And I thought, God, why do you let this happen? Because you're God. You can make sure every boy and girl has food and no one has to eat tay or eat mud to stay alive here in Haiti, to fill their stomachs so they won't feel the pain of hunger. But the Spirit of God came on me. Said, Bobby, I want to use you and others. People, my people, are my hands. They are my feet. They are my mouthpiece. If everyone would do what I have told them and commissioned them to do, no one would be hungry in the world today. That just give me assurance. That's why today, you and I together, we fed these children. We feed the other villages. And there's so many other villages waiting that we don't have the money. We don't have the money for the food, for the transportation to get it down here to Haiti and to pass it out. And others eat mud to stay alive. But you know, God wants to use our hands and our feet and our mouthpiece. We are His hands and His feet. And His love has to shine through you and me. So Matthew 25:40 said, Jesus said, when you have done it to one of the least of these little ones, ye have done it unto me. When the disciples said, Lord, when did we see you hungry? We never seen you hungry. But Jesus said, when you have done it to one of these least of these little ones, ye have done it unto me. Matthew 25:40. Let God use you today. God bless you.
When there's no food, of course, there's no hope. Parents will do anything, go anywhere to feed their children. Listen to the cry of the poor today. Every one of us can do something.
Sherry and I can't do everything, but we can do something. And with your help, we can make a difference. Your gift and your help will save lives here in Haiti.
You know, when Bobby and I first moved to Haiti many years ago, we had large crusades, we preached in churches, and we promoted the gospel all the time. That's all that we did for a long time, until one day in one crusade, a lady held her baby way up above her head, and she screamed something in Creole. What she said to us that day changed our entire ministry. You won't believe what she said. Read the book, Love is Something You Do.
For your free copy of Bobby and Sherry Burnette's new book, Love is Something You Do, simply give your gift of any amount and request the book. Call the number on your screen, write to the address, or go to the website and give your gift now. Remember, to receive your free copy of Bobby and Sherry's new book, Love is Something You Do, simply give your gift of any amount and request the book.
You know, for many years after living in Haiti, I heard all the stories about where they make the mud cookies and how many of them. And I've seen mud cookies being sold in marketplaces, and I've seen children eat them, but never ever have I seen anything like seeing a whole village of mud and people going down into mud holes. And then when they brought me back this rock right here, I don't think I'll ever lose this rock. This rock came from the bottom of one of those pits where they make those mud cookies. They had to have this rock to crush it up to make that mud and water, and then they add salt. This is the first beginning of a mud cookie. Let me ask you something. Would you let your child eat this? Would you let your grandchild eat this if they were hungry? Would you let your next door neighbor eat anything like this if they were hungry? I know you wouldn't. Haiti is our neighbors. These little children are hungry. You saw them grabbing for food. And when you see the stark reality of it, I mean, I just hope that you're like me. I hope you can't sleep at night when you think about these children. You know, what struck me most about the villages where they make all this mud and the mud cookies and stuff is the fact that this is handed down from generation to generation. So not only are the adults making mud cookies, but the little children, they're covered with mud all day long. They get up in the morning, they sit there in the mud, and they make mud cookies, and guess what? They taste them and make sure they're okay for their parents to sell to other children and other mothers and fathers. That's all they know, is making mud cookies, eating dirt all day long. And it's handed down from generation to generation. I am in shock being a missionary living in Haiti for 23 years. No child should ever go to bed eating mud because they're hungry. There's a Creole proverb, and it says, the child who cries outside the door and the child who cries inside are the same. Children are children, whether they're children in Haiti, children in other parts of the world, children in the United States. No child should have to go to bed hungry, and no child should have to go to bed thinking that eating dirt will kill the pains of hunger.
Men Saint-Huile. Papa ici dans campèche nous pas gagner pour nous vivre. C'est seul terre seulement nous gain pour nous vivre. C'est pas lui même nous pas manger. Et lui nous manger, c'est lui qui souffre la vie de mon yo. Les fini même l'école nous pas payer, mais tout le monde là même l'école nous pas voir. Là t'as dit que les fin manger terre, yo pour la vente faire mal. Il y a pour la vente faire mal. Yo dit me la terre ba vente faire mal. Bon pas gagner, pas c'est terre m'obligé ba yo. Bon, si je nous aide à aider moi, je suis bien content d'avoir été dans ça la journée aujourd'hui. Parce que c'était à son maladie, il a tout été bon.
Betchina Joseph Anus, je suis dans la pêche. Depuis une fête, je n'ai pas jamais une pièce d'activité. L'activité nous fait c'est dans la terre. C'est là dedans ni jeune garçon, ni grand monde, ni jeune fille, c'est lui qui fait tout manger, toute l'école, toute activité. Betchina, c'est un petit monde qui fait en 2006. Il y a de lait, une fine bataille, une trempille. C'est Betchina qui coule le maman qu'on a couché dans la cabane, les petits nourrices. C'est Betchina qui est content. C'est il y a de lait tout, il y a les beautés de l'eau, les trempilles, et lui-même il coule le tout. Font pile activité. Après, il y a des bagages, puis la majorité, c'est Betchina qui les bataille, les couler, passer terre, les tendre terre. Et parce qu'il n'a pas de capacité de monter machine pour la faire n'importe où. Avec dit, là, nos pays, ou pas gain bon, ou pas gain pas bon, tout ça pas bon, tout vient bon, tout ça bon, tout vient pas bon, on avait dit, c'est tout mêlé.
Je suis Betchina Joseph, je suis dans la campagne. Les mamans m'attendent, m'aider tante. Les mamans me besoin de battre, ils ne peuvent pas battre, m'aider battre. Yo mange terre, yo fais surface sa terre, yo fais ciment terre, yo fais sable terre.
The two moon Rémi manger, tu dis. The two moon Rémi manger.
Oui.
Un pile.
En pile.
Un pile.
On va gourmet pour manger.
They're fighting for manger, she
He
said.
said it was fighting for manger. You can see that in the video today. You know, this is now they're cleaning the pots from the day. The food's emptied. They're cleaning the pots with sand, salt, but they call it salt, but
From the
sand
lake.
from the lake.
Yeah.
From the lake, guys. Can you imagine? From the lake. Sherry, today, here we hold this tay, what you and I call mud cookie, the Haitians call it tay. It's sold all over Haiti in all the markets. And today in television, people seeing where they make it in a certain area of Haiti, and it's very hard to get into. We've been trying to get into the area for years, could not. And we've sent two of a crew up there and
two evangelists.
and two of the evangelists, and we evangelize up there.
You know, when I saw the pictures and I heard the stories, I cried. I really did. I just have a hard time thinking about people in a whole village making thousands and thousands and thousands of these mud cookies for kids to eat all over Haiti. That means that's that many children that's hungry, that's eating this to fill the hunger in their stomach. A lot of children were raised on it. They eat it, it's just like chalk that has no nutritional value. And in fact, doctors have told us that children die from it because they can't pass it out of their stomach. What will somebody do to feel the hunger pains in their stomach? It must be so bad here in Haiti to have entire villages, entire families, every child in the family, day and night, in mud holes, making nothing but this tay and sending it all over Haiti. To me, living here in Haiti for 23 years, it just kills me. I can't even find words to think about it. I have no words to say anything. I can't explain it to you. What you see on TV is real. Hunger is very, very real. Bobby and I, we spend our life here raising money for food. Every month, 8 containers, $80,000 a month. And you know, we work day and night. We feel like we can never do enough. But I can tell you that these children, they just break my heart so much. They just break my heart so much. I love these children. You know, I come into the village like this, you know, they come and they grab our hands and they grab our feet. Sometimes we can feed them and sometimes we can't. But I'm telling you that this is a real thing. We want to be able to feed these children, and we want to be able to do it, and do it in a good way.
You know, $24, your gift of $24 will supply 648 meals, hot, nourishing meals like you've seen earlier in the program, not this mud to eat. For a gift of $48, you can supply 1,296 meals. For a gift of $500, you can supply 13,500 meals. The phone number's on the screen. Please call. It will speed up the process. Put it on your credit card. Or you may want to decide, I want to give a monthly amount automatically deducted from my credit card. Or you may write the mailing address. Or you may go give online. Give online by your computer. But Sherry and I, we signed a contract to receive 8 containers a month from Feed My Starving Children. They're valued at $65,000 at each container. But we have to pay for transportation, so for $10,000 per container, we can receive something worth $65,000 per container. 270,000 meals in one container. But we signed a contract for 8 containers, and we got 2 people. These containers cost us $10,000 each to get down here. We have 8 of them, $80,000. But Joyce Meyer, Hand of Hope, they supply $10,000 a month, and they've been doing this for several years. Never miss a month. Pastor Jensen Franklin, his Kingdom Connection partners, they supply a container every month of 270,000 meals. They never miss. Been doing it for several years, a long time, 4, 5, 6 years. But we have 6 more containers, but we don't have the money for it. Every month, that's our biggest load, that's our biggest weight, is finding the money for containers. So what amount you give today, even the widow's mite, you can make a difference to children here in Haiti that help prevent them from eating eating mud, what we call mud cookies. Let God use you today, because this breaks our hearts.
Would you prayerfully consider partnering with Bobby and Sherry Burnette in the years ahead by remembering Love a Child in your will or estate planning? Making a will is an important yet often overlooked aspect of wise stewardship. By including Love a Child, you are investing in the lives, the health, the education, and the future of untold numbers of impoverished children here in Haiti. If you are planning on making a donation before the end of the year, perhaps you would consider donating stocks, bonds, real estate, or other assets of value to ensure that the outreaches of Love a Child continue uninterrupted. Please go to the website, call the number on your screen, or write to the address and let us know. Join Bobby and Sherry Burnette and leave a legacy of hope and compassion by providing a better future for the children of Haiti. And remember, only what's done for Christ will last.